What's up, you guys? This is Jess and my husband, Danny. Welcome to Unscripted Together, our new podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 toxic traits of dating in 2025. And we're going to give you our points of view on each of them. I haven't told Danny what they are, the element of surprise. And so we'll start now. All right, let's see. What do you think? Well, let's start. What do you think of dating in 2025? Like, what's your take on it?
I think that it's changed a lot and not for the better.
Yeah.
I think it's taken a turn where things just don't happen organically anymore. There's always some sort of hidden agenda or hidden intention, or, for lack of a better word, where I feel like back in the days, things would just happen organically.
When you say organically, like, what do you mean?
Meaning you just went with the flow. There was no pre-planning. Like nowadays, you see a lot of videos on social media where the expectation's like up here. Like if he doesn't take me to this restaurant, I'm not going. I'll make him turn back around.
Yeah.
Or if he picks me up and he's in an Uber, he's going to have to turn back and go home because I'm not jumping in no Uber. Where before you can get picked up in a freaking horse and nobody cared.
Right, because I think there was a less of a preconceived notion of what people wanted. And not that expectations were less. I think that it was, to your point, I think it was more genuine. Like it was like people were looking for love, like people were looking for that connection, and we've kind of lost that, and people are looking for the physical more in the sense of like things instead
That's exactly the connection
instead of the person. Like, am I finding my person, or are you finding the things in the person? Like, do you have X amount of money, or do you have this car, or do you have like this lifestyle, and what do you bring to me? And it's so, and it all, while those things can be important, because it's not that they're not, I think that it's leading to starting on the wrong foot. So that leads us to the first trait that I found. So ghosting. So what do you think of that? So when you ghost someone, is you suddenly cut off all communication with them, right? And without an explanation.
Ghosting.
So that's the term that people use this now.
I've never even heard of that term. So what is it again? So
when like say you're dating, and all of a sudden you just literally don't call the person, don't text them, don't reply to anything, just a ghost, just like totally ghost them.
So is this like after a first date?
It can be whenever. That's the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Like people are just doing it. It's like, it's almost like they're just like jump ship. Like they just went out, and they don't feel like they have to give the person the courtesy of just being like, just this isn't working out, and that's okay.
I would say, why would someone ghost someone? Is it like after they sleep together, or after something bad happened?
Right. So the thing about it is they're doing it whenever. It doesn't. There's no real. I mean, I'm sure they have a reason to not want to talk to the person, but the whole aspect behind it is that they're not giving the other person the courtesy to say, this isn't why it's not working out.
So that's a thing nowadays?
Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So when we were dating, that wasn't even a thing. Like that, what do you mean? Like if I just didn't call you back, or if you didn't call me back, of course anybody will take it personal. That's such a mind.
Well,
I don't want to swear.
It's also like respect.
Right. Exactly.
Like how you morally, it's wrong. Like if someone gave you their time, and someone made themselves available for you, and actually put time and effort into getting to know you, the least you could do is tell them thanks, but no thanks.
This isn't going to work out.
XYZ reason, if you want to give a reason, but at least say this isn't going to work out. That way that person's just not wondering, did I do something wrong? Is it me? What happened?
Right.
What went wrong? You'll just have unanswered questions.
Right.
I just feel like that's unethical. I don't know, morally wrong. I don't know how you want it.
And I think that
extend the same. You want to receive, right?
And that goes to the same thing that we just talked about in the beginning, is that people don't feel the need to have to answer to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm just not feeling you, so I'm just never going to talk to you again.
Yeah, that makes no
That's
sense.
so sad, and that goes to the kind of culture that we're living in, which it's hard now for people, because of things like these.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
So I think then, and other thing this touches on, it says that it's common in online dating and apps, which we didn't have back then. So I can't even, the only one I know that people always mention is Tinder.
Yeah.
And so dating apps like that, I'm sure there's a million more. I have no idea what they are. But I think that the aspect of not meeting people in person. So I think that's where this
posting makes it easy.
Yeah, because you're never having to face someone.
Well, you never really have to show your face enough to where you build up the feeling of, man, this is messed up.
Right.
You're so hidden behind an app or behind a screen that the emotion's not there, so you don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't meet you. I mean, I guess it could be different. You know what I mean? It depends how you guys meet, how the people meet.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just wrong all around. It doesn't matter if I meet you in person or if I just talk to you and you're on an online dating app for a reason.
Like if I didn't meet you, if I didn't meet you in person, it would be a lot easier for me to do things that I thought were wrong. And that's one of them. If I met you in person and we connected and we were in face to face looking at each other, maybe holding hands, etc., I feel like the connection and the bond is a little stronger.
Right.
So therefore, now you feel like you owe it to that person.
Yes.
To be honest.
So I feel like that's one of the problems with the apps, because it takes away from that personal aspect where you feel that connection. Yeah. Because through a screen, I mean, you can only say so many nice words, and it's not the same as feeling your energy, seeing your eyes, even holding hands. Like you can't replicate that online.
I just feel like, I don't know, I believe in karma. And like, if someone did that to me, I would.
It's integrity. Yeah. Like I think I live by do unto others as you want done to you. Right. So, and it may sound old school, it may sound weird, whatever, but it's the truth. And this applies. I don't care how old you are. Whatever you do comes right back to you. It's a boomerang of energy. And that's exactly to your point. So then the next one that came up was breadcrumbing. I've never heard of this one.
Breadcrumbing?
Which makes sense. Giving just enough attention, like flirty text or likes on a picture to keep someone interested, but with no real intention of committing.
That's a waste of time.
So it's like you're bored.
That's a waste of time.
Find a hobby.
Yeah, that's a waste of time.
Like there's so many other things you can fill your life with.
Breadcrumbing, that's a thing?
That's literally what it says.
Does it say what the age group of people that do that is?
Well, I put in 2025.
So millennials?
Yeah. No, we're millennials.
Well, what's the next gen?
Gen Z, I think. Guys, if we're wrong, please in the comments.
I have no idea which one's which. I thought millennials were like the newer ones.
No.
The
I
fresher
think
ones.
You're the cutoff of when it started.
I'm an 80s baby.
I think, yeah. So I think that's where we're both 80s babies.
Yeah.
So I think creating false hope is so messed up.
Yeah.
That goes back again, and I think it's because of the age of dating online. It's so weird. I can understand having because people may be busy. Like if people just have zero time to just go anywhere where you would normally meet people.
But I feel like even if you have zero time, you create time for things you want.
Yeah.
It's like you always say, put your energy into the things you want, not the things you don't want.
Priority, yeah.
So you always say that. Mm-hmm. So if I want to find myself a good woman, or if I'm a woman, I'm trying to find myself a good man, create that vibe around you. Go to those places. Surround yourself with people that have good men or good women, so that maybe more good men or good women are in that same inner circle. So, it's surrounding yourself in that type of energy. It's what's going to help you find that. But I feel like nowadays people just go to the wrong places, looking for the wrong things.
I agree. And I think that right when I said that, because I want to give the benefit of the doubt to people who, because I do hear that a lot, like I don't have time and I don't have like, I just want, basically they just want to be served like
Here,
20 girls or
pick
20 men
pick the one
and
you
then
like
pick
the
the one you
most.
like. But this isn't a game.
But
Like
even
this
but
life
even
doesn't work that way.
but even
Even when
then
I said it, it felt wrong.
but even then you're gonna pick one solely on
Physical. Exactly. That's
which
why it felt wrong when I said it.
which could be the worst person for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because you're
So
attracted to the same type of person. It could be because of, right. And that's where we get into like you're attracting the same type of person. And is that person, did it work out the last time? No. So what's happening there?
and that's the same thing you just mentioned as far as like the digital dating
Yeah.
apps.
Yep.
You're solely swiping left or right based on a look. You don't know that person's morals. You don't know that person's
Likes, dislikes.
mannerisms. Like
Right.
it's just something that,
It's something about being
it's
in,
like, oh,
in
he's
person.
cute, she's cute,
Right.
so I'm gonna go out with him.
Right.
But you haven't even talked to this person. Like maybe 5 minutes into talking with him, you could see he has no personality, or she
Yes.
has no, or she's too full of herself, or like, who cares what they look like?
Yes.
And that's where I feel nowadays the dating world has taken a huge turn. It doesn't force people to engage in conversation.
Right.
It's solely just off the physical.
Yes.
Like if you don't meet my needs physically, I don't care what else you have to offer. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's unrealistic. Because what happens when the beauty's gone? What happens if I work 2 jobs and I gain 100 pounds? What happens if you pop 2 babies and now you don't go back to your normal size? Like, then what? Now you're just miserable. You're not happy. Like, where's the core foundation of an actual relationship?
Right. And I think that with the online dating, what's happening is that when I just lost my train of thought. When people because it's not, there's no organic connection from the start, what's happening is, nope, I lost it. Damn, I lost it. I don't know what I was
Unfiltered.
gonna
This
say.
is what Unfiltered's about. You got so many thoughts in your head.
I have so many thoughts as you
It's
were
not
talking, and then
filtered.
I don't know, I got in my head. All right, we'll move on and then I'll come back to it.
Come back to
if
it.
I remember.
See, if I did that, I'd get yelled at for being unprepared. But
No, that's not true. I'm nice. Love bombing. So over the top
wait,
affection.
hold on. Love bombing?
Love bombing.
Is that one word?
2 words.
Love bombing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're giving so much. It's like an overly amount of affection, of emotion.
Yeah.
Over the top affection and attention early on, lavish compliments, rushing into I love you, often followed by pulling away just as fast. So it's almost, so all of these things have something in common, and it's just like, it's a mind game, right? Why? Why are we doing this? Like, do you want a genuine connection? Because if you don't, it's okay. People need to learn to be single.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like an important part of life. Like if you keep finding yourself in the same black holes or like bad experiences with people, you have to retreat, go back to basics.
Yeah.
You have to find yourself. Who are you? Do you have trauma that you need to heal? Because everything goes back to the heart, and people are stuck in the mind, the physical. What do you have? Like all the things that don't matter, right?
Some people don't understand that having no company is better than bad company.
Right. Yes.
But I think that all goes back to, like you said, trauma and how you was raised and what was your home and your house like when you was growing up. Do you need to be with someone because maybe when you was growing up you was alone all the time?
Right.
So it's tough to gauge, but I feel like I'd rather have no company than bad company. At least with no company, I have peace, I have sanity, I have tranquility, which will then allow me to excel at other things because I'm not under that excruciating amount of stress. You know what I mean?
And I think that when people are by themselves, I think there's a difference between being lonely and being alone. You are alone in the sense that you don't have a partner yet. Doesn't mean you're never going to have a partner, but you're not lonely. And I feel like the two people misconstrue them, and they're like, oh, I'm so lonely, and they get depressed. And yes, everything goes back to childhood, because and everybody has trauma, right? Trauma doesn't just mean like you were abused physically. It can be mental trauma. It can be spiritual trauma. There's so many types of traumas that people can have, which makes them go after the certain types of people that are not good for them.
before we move on, which one you think is worse, being lonely or being alone?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being alone. Lonely means that you feel bad for yourself.
Sad,
Yeah, depressed,
depressed.
anxious, like all the negative feelings that are associated with not having a partner.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing stuff for yourself, to find yourself, to find your center, and when you find your center, you find things about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like what are the things that you won't settle for? And what are the things you're really looking for?
Yeah.
Or are the things that you thought you wanted in someone because you keep seeing it on social media, or because your friends keep saying that that's the thing to go to? Your circle matters so much, and I feel like that's where people get lost, because they attract, again, it's everybody who's around you is feeding off this frequency to you, right? So if you have all these, for women, if you have a group of friends that are just in the I don't need a man,
Mentality.
all this negativity around relationships, you're not going to attract the love of your life. It's going to be that much harder,
Yeah.
right? So you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, because the energy that you're emitting is the energy you're going to receive.
Yeah.
Will you find your partner in negativity? If no, you're going to attract toxicity.
It's kind of like, I guess that's kind of like when people say, when things are happening to you, and you're like, they tell you, you need to go to church, kid. Oh, you need to go to church, girl. Like, surround yourself with positive energy, positive people that are like-minded, people that want good for you.
Right.
Even if they don't know you, they
People that
still
are
want good
happy.
for you.
Yes.
Genuine.
Happy for you. Yes.
Yeah, genuinely, because yeah, I'm a big believer in surround yourself with the circle of people that you aspire to kind of be in the same direction, not be just like them, but have similarities in how you guys see life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so. Let's move on to the next one, and then, because I want to, everything's going to tie in to something that I want to bring up at the end. Situationships. This is a big one, and in my work, I do healing work. A lot of women find themselves in these situationships. Do you know what that is?
I think so. Like, in a situation they shouldn't be in, whether it's being with someone that's with somebody else, whether it's being with someone that's not good to you.
Not really. It's like a relationship, but you don't want to put a label on it.
Okay.
So either both people are like, I don't really want a girlfriend, boyfriend,
Yeah.
but we want to be together, but we want to sleep together, but we don't want the label. But why don't you want the label?
Yeah.
So then in my opinion, just from life experience and just like seeing people, go through the motions of being in bad relationships and going through so much trauma, being in relationships that aren't good for them.
Yeah.
This is building more trauma onto you.
Yeah, that's just gonna make it harder for when you find the right person.
Right.
Because now you're gonna look at that person and you're not gonna know, or you're not gonna value the things that you should know and the things you should value, because your previous relationships, aka situationships, is that what it is?
Situationship.
Were
Why are we making these words up? Like, if you're either
I was
in
just
a
gonna ask,
relationship,
who created this? Who started these?
you're either in a relationship or you're not. So I think that it's not judgment. We're not judging people. I think it's just more of like, let's ask the right questions. What is happening where you are afraid, right? Because it's fear. A lot of these things are fear-based. And why is fear coming on? Because there's trauma. Because something happened to you, and your body and your mind want to protect itself from being in that negative relationship again, right?
I was just gonna ask, how do you get into a situationship? Do you like plan it? Do you agree on it? Does it just happen? Like,
I think it just happens.
is that something mutually two people agree on?
I think they agree on the fact that they don't want to be in a relationship. But it's like, what is the difference between your situationship and a relationship? If you're doing all the same things, right? So you're being affectionate, you're sleeping together, you're sometimes even living together. I don't see a difference. That's just, you're literally afraid to have a commitment, to make a commitment. So you're afraid to be like, that's my girlfriend or that's my boyfriend. We have to explore deeper. There's a deeper reason why that's such a fear in your heart, right? And people are afraid to do the work because what you find can be scary in the sense that it's like looking in the mirror. You'd be surprised how many people can't look in the mirror. They just don't like it because you're seeing more than just the physical. It's not like they don't like the physical. It's the energy that you're seeing. It's almost like I can't look at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at myself. Why?
Interesting.
Right? So it gets to the core and it's more heart-based than people realize.
Interesting.
So I think
I don't understand why someone would want to be in a situationship. You're either with me or we're not together. Is a situationship the same as a booty call?
It feels like it.
Because
I think that it's
listen, if I was single, I don't want to be in a situationship because if that requires me being with someone, having them sleep over, eating together, doing all types of stuff, but not giving them the title, now I'm putting myself at risk of putting myself in an ugly situation because now I have to be okay with that person being out with someone else.
Right.
And I'm not about to give you a roof to live in, feed you, have everybody see me with you on social media, out in public places, and then 2 days later I look like an idiot because you're with somebody else.
Yeah.
So
why are we doing this?
That makes no sense.
There is, yeah.
You're either in or you're out.
Right, exactly. And
or if you're not and it's just a booty call, then that's what it is. Then don't expect me to take you out. Call me later after midnight.
But do you think that
that's
okay?
No. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not encouraging it. But what I'm saying is, if you had to pick one or the other, that's the one with the lesser evils because at least you're not.
At least you're like, this is, we're just sleeping together and that's it.
Well, you're not attaching emotions. You're not attaching day-to-day things. You're not attaching your friends and family seeing you out in public with someone.
So do you think that for your advice, not that you have lived experience and where we are now, what would your advice be to younger men that are going through all these things?
I mean, my advice would just be to surround yourself by like-minded people. Stay focused.
But I'm saying in regards to like the relationship part.
Well, stay focused on what it is you want. Because if you want a girl, and potentially if you see marriage in the next 3 to 5 years, surround yourself by people that are in that environment so that you can attract that. If you don't want to get married for the next 10, 15 years and you still want to be a guy that wants to have fun, then you have to learn how to pick your company, right?
So do you think that I guess my question is, if guys are like, I don't want a relationship, which is how people end up in situationships, but women are more likely to grow feelings faster, right? Because women operate from the heart and men operate from the mind. So it's easier for you guys to not become attached as quickly when they know that that's all they want. So, but is that a good thing?
I mean, for each their own, right? You can't force someone to be with you or vice versa. I would say first and foremost, be transparent, set the expectation, say, hey, I don't want a girlfriend or I don't want a boyfriend. I still have 4 years left of college, or I have this goal, that goal. I don't feel like I can please someone emotionally over the next couple years, and I wouldn't want to do that to you, XYZ. So be transparent. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be forced to care for someone, meaning don't spend too much time with them because, you're going to start growing feelings if that's not what you want. You know what I mean?
But that's my thing. Like, I feel like men, and just in general, because women do it too, I think that you need to understand what it is that you want. You either want a relationship, and the relationship could be exploring being with that person. It doesn't mean like you go in a relationship and you need to get married tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not what we're saying. But at the same time, I feel like men, you can't just abuse the system, right? Yeah. You can't just be like, all I want to do is like sleep with you and then have nothing to do with you, and I'm out tomorrow and it's your fault if you get attached. Like, I feel like that's where it gets tricky. And I feel like for men, you have to know what you want.
I feel like go back to the basics. People should go back to the basics. People should go back to tradition.
What does that mean?
Tradition, just let things happen organically. And if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. Stop putting barriers. Stop having, stop creating obstacles for yourself. Stop doing what other people do just because you see them doing it or because it's a trend. Just follow your heart. If you meet someone and that person happens to check off all your boxes, but maybe they just came into your life at the wrong time because you have other goals in mind, just follow your heart. Just if your heart tells you, hey, you can wing both things at the same time, see how that goes. But don't do things just because they're trendy. Don't do things just because you think that's what the best possible outcome might be. Because you might just be throwing away a blessing sent to you by God without you even knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But I think for people
there's
to
a lot of
recognize that it's a blessing, I feel like you have to be in that mind space. So if you're in the mind space of
well, as far as I go back to
get
the basics,
money, who cares about women, like
getting it from the mud.
all the things that you're focusing on are like, which is fine. Money isn't bad. It's just how people go about doing things and they don't know what to prioritize. So I feel like this is where we're losing the younger generation when it comes to being in relationships and where marriage gets a negative connotation. I don't want to be married. Why? Like people feel like marriage it's the commitment part that people have a problem with.
Well, a lot of it is what you see on, like I said, again, on social media or TV. It's what these rappers are rapping about now, is what these artists are just promoting. So it just naturally gets embedded into your brain and your cells, you know. So that's why I always say go back to the basics. Whenever you're confused, go back to the basics. Just like we tell our kids, whenever you're confused, you're possibly being put under peer pressure, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, always ask yourself, what would my parents think? Because your parents are old school, your parents are traditional, and for the most part, what they would think would be what's most ethical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always tell, the kids that if you're ever in a position where you're not sure, what would my mom do? Or what would my dad do? And typically, if you come from a good household and a good upbringing, you have traditional values. So most likely, if they go by that as a template, they end up making the right decision.
I think to close off this one is just very easy, right? If I'm a woman looking for a man, I'm gonna give exactly what I'm looking for, right? So if I want genuine, respectful, loyal,
you have to give those things.
Everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
Like if you want someone that's successful and someone that putting up, I think my pet peeve and what I've seen on social media and just like in general in life is that people put a money, like a price.
About a number, yeah.
Yeah, like he has to make X amount of money or I'm not even talking to him. Excuse me? I have a problem with that because why, what are you bringing that you have? I feel like it's the audacity to say this is the number and that's it. And I'm not dating you. I'm not even contemplating a conversation, not even a conversation to see who you are. What are you about? Can we connect? Can we grow? People evolve together. And I think this is what people just want to find, like, I just want to find a millionaire, or I just want to find a girl that looks like this or whatever. And it's just like, that's not real life. That's literally not real life.
How about a lot of women online that you see on YouTube and they're like, oh, he got to make 6 figures or more. Or would you ever date a plumber, or would you ever date a construction worker?
Yeah.
A lot of them say no.
Yeah.
A lot of them say no, that's not the type of guy they're looking for.
And why? Like I would love to ask someone what comes to your head if someone checks off every box, treats you like a queen, literally the best guy that you could have ever met. And he says, I'm a plumber. Why is there shame associated? That's insane. That's crazy.
Because social media doesn't highlight plumbers on highlight reels. And social media doesn't highlight labor workers.
Because you want a fancy title?
Because people
I can think of so many people that have fancy titles that literally are toxic.
I could think of so many people that don't have fancy titles and make a shit ton of money.
Right, exactly.
And you would see them out in the street with some flip-flops, some shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt. And you would think those don't make any dough, and
And to your
pretty
point,
wealthy.
a lot of celebrities, you know, people that aren't flashy and still have made money like over 20, 30, 40 years and still have a ton of money, and you would never, if you didn't know who they were, you would never guess that they're as wealthy as they are.
Adam Sandler.
Right? Yeah. He's
Adam
one of
Sandler's
them.
worth over $400 million.
Yeah.
And that guy's out in basketball shorts every day.
Right.
He's eating at IHOP with his family, doesn't have no security. I think he drives like a Tahoe or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a
And I'm not
car.
saying wanting nice things is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for the dating world, we're trying to shed light on the things that honestly are toxic, and those are the things that we want people to stray away from.
Yeah.
Right? If you're ghosting, stop. Why?
If you're breadcrumbing.
Why are we doing this? It's a mind game. Yeah, it's so weird. I never heard of that before.
Breadcrumbing. I don't know if I don't know if love bombing is toxic. I mean,
so it's toxic because
if it's too much,
that's what it is.
I mean, you love bomb me all the time.
No, it's kind of like, so we just met and I love you. I'll like, I don't even know you, and I'm like, oh, I love you just because like we're having a good time or whatever, and you're just like, whoa, like that's a little much.
Or because the intimacy is good.
Right.
Now you think
you love that person. But then all of a sudden you take it away. Yeah, then I ghost you. Then I ghost you for a week. Yeah. And you're like, what just happened? Exactly. What you said, you love me the first day. So then I'm like, are you okay? I would ask, are you mentally stable? Because I mean, it's not funny, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what are we doing here? Yeah. So I feel like and then the last one is, hold on, sorry. I had it here.
There's the last one. So we got, hold on, let's recap. So we have breadcrumbing,
ghosting.
Oh,
sorry guys.
Breadcrumbing.
Yep.
Love bombing.
Yep.
And what's the fourth one?
Situationships. Yep. And then this is new.
And the last one, what's the last one? Floodlighting.
I've never heard of this one.
If you've heard of floodlighting before, let me know exactly what it is. I have no idea.
This is a manipulative, everything is mind, right? It's a mind game. Is a manipulative tactic where someone shares deeply personal information and past traumas early in the relationship to create a false sense of intimacy. So it's like to gain
Wait, what's
empathy.
It called again? Flashlighting? Floodlighting?
Yeah.
Never even heard of that.
So it's like you're flooding them with all this information to be like, oh my God, I feel so bad for this man or for this girl.
So they can be with you for
pity? Empathy, right? Why would you want someone to be with? Exactly.
I don't want nobody to be with me because they feel bad for me.
Exactly.
If you feel bad with me, help me, but don't be with me just for that.
Right. So it's like you're with this one, I feel like the person feels that's doing it feels like they have nothing to offer, and that's what they have to resort to.
Floodlighting.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, that's like.
So you're basically like, you know, for lack of a better term, mind fucking someone to like you more just because of your history or your trauma.
Yeah.
Like why would I want you to be with me because of that?
Right.
If you're with me, it's because you genuinely love my company.
Yes.
Not because you feel bad for me.
I think that all of these have in common that we need to just go back to normal one-on-one conversations in person. Yeah. We have to meet, guys, girls, women, men. We have to meet. No, not kids.
Old people.
We have to meet. Can we please, and I said this before, sometimes I just want to throw away the internet because this makes me sad for humanity. Yeah. We live in such a beautiful planet, and connections need to be authentic. You cannot meet people authentically online. Like, I'm sorry. If you disagree, put it in the comments, tell me why. But it's just like, I don't understand. It's impossible. Yeah. I can't, the connection needs to be in the same room. I need to feel your energy. I need to see how you walk, how you talk, how you express yourself. I can't see any of that online. Yeah. You can say pretty words and be a horrible person.
And not to mention all the filters people use nowadays.
Yes.
And then when you actually meet them in person, they look totally different. Yes. And that goes for both too. You know, there's probably guys, you know, that maybe have messed up teeth, and then the app fixes their teeth, and then you meet them in person, they look like a different person. Right. Women, same thing. You know, they might have a certain, you know, whatever, and then when you meet them in person, they look totally different.
Right.
It's like everything's a game. Nothing's transparent anymore. Nothing's authentic anymore. Nothing's traditional anymore.
Yeah.
There's like a hidden agenda to everything. Like everything's a catfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's scary.
Which is, I would hate to be in the dating world nowadays. I want to say I feel bad for our kids to some extent, but I don't, because I feel like we've taught them and we continue to teach them
Yeah.
traditional values.
Yeah.
But if the majority of the people out there are living non-traditionally, it's going to be harder for them to find someone that's organic like them.
I think being able to, and everybody has their own journey, right? As much as we want our kids to not have any bad experiences, that's not reality. But we can try our best to create a sense of like a safety net and values that they take with them wherever they go. And I think that people, because so there are some people that are good people and they have good hearts and they didn't have the opportunity to grow up in good environments, right? That's not their fault. Like you didn't choose to be born into, whatever predicament you were in. But I feel like you are responsible and you can control where you go as an adult. So don't get caught up in victim mentality where, this happened to me, and because this happened to me, now that's going to hold me back, or I'm going to treat people badly, or I'm going to ghost women, or I'm going to ghost men because that's not what I saw. And we need to stop with that. Create your reality. We are creators. We are creating our lives. Take the reins of your life to create something beautiful, whatever it is that means for you. If it's, hopefully marriage, to having a good partner, someone you love, someone you can share life with. Because I feel like tell me what you think. We live in a society where people are like, oh, I want to have all this money and I want to do all these things. And then who are you doing it with? Your friends?
You're still not happy.
Friends are fine, but long-term friends also get married and friends also have their kids and they have their lives. And then who are you left with?
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like people forget about that because they're so young, and it's just right now it's just like fun and just like drinking, and who cares about relationships? Let me get into a situationship because there's no commitment. Who cares about that? Like nobody wants that. And it's accountability. People are walking away from accountability.
No, I agree 100%. It's true. I mean, I'm just gonna keep repeating myself because it's true.
Yeah.
You have to be authentic with yourself. You have to be authentic with the person that's in front of you. You have to be real. You have to be, have some sort of integrity, right? Why mislead people? Why?
Yes. Stop doing that. Stop misleading people. That's
why
weird.
mislead someone? Why be unauthentic? At the end of the day, that's only cool and fun at the beginning. But then
mislead people?
No. If in your mind, if you think that works, that only works at the beginning. Eventually, your true colors come out, and then now everything collapses because it's based on a fraud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, why even do it from the beginning?
Yes, that's perfect. When you're building something on a lie, the house will come crumbling down.
Yeah.
Every time. It doesn't matter how you place it, how you put it.
The foundation's off.
Yes.
I mean, there's no support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think that over time, we learned, and I think in our generation, when we were dating, it was so different. Of course, people can play mind games in any era, but I feel like it was less. It's like a trend now.
Well, because it's easier.
It's so weird.
It's easier. You hide behind your phone, you hide behind your app, you hide behind your iPad.
Yeah.
So it's you don't have to give someone the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when
people feel like they're so powerful behind a screen,
when we
and they
were
can
dating,
say all these. Even people in comments and everything that we watch, like some of it's funny and some of it's really sad. People say the most horrible things, and I'm just like, who?
Yeah. Same thing with like bullying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just happens so much more frequently now because you have more ways of doing it. Back then, you can only bully in person.
Right. So you really had to have the balls to be like,
you had to make sure if you was gonna bully someone, you had to make sure you was bigger than that person,
right?
Had more heart than that person, or more balls, or whatever the case may be, because you don't know what to expect, what type of reaction. So you had to be prepared. Nowadays, everybody got Twitter fingers, as they call it. You can bully someone and disappear, shut your phone off. You don't even got to hear what they say.
Right.
And now you just crushed that person's heart, broke that person's feelings, insulted them, and they weren't able to like defend themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the same thing as just like hitting somebody and then running, like just running for your life.
And that's the same thing in the dating world.
Yeah.
Right? Like I could sit here and feed you a bunch of crock and then get what I want out of you for the night and then just ghost you. Is that what it is? And then ghost you. That easy. No consequences, no repercussions, no nothing.
Yeah.
So, just, have some sort of integrity. Believe that karma always comes back around.
Yes.
And if it doesn't come back to you, it comes back to loved ones. It comes back to your kids. It comes back to your siblings. Somehow, some way, what you've caused that other person will come back to you or someone close to you.
Yeah.
So, if you don't want to lose sleep at night, just be a good person.
Yeah.
Do the right things. Preach the right things, most importantly, so that more people around you can expand on that. And just be authentic, man. Like people nowadays, they always try to fill shoes. Just wear the shoes that fit you. It doesn't matter what color they are, how they look. There's a ask for every seat. Someone will love that. Someone will love how you dress or how you speak. You don't have to change any of those things.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all I got to say regarding that topic.
Yeah. I think from my perspective, just lead with kindness. We lead with integrity, and everything else falls into place. Because I think of it as energy as a boomerang, exactly what you said. You're going to give it, and that's going to come right back to you in whatever shape and form that does. You can't predict. So,
and you hit it right on the head too. Have some sort of integrity, right? Don't act one way behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And then another way in front of people.
Yes.
Be who you are, which will reflect eventually. So you might as well just lead with that from the beginning.
Right.
How they say the what is it? They always, everything you do in the dark always comes out in the light or something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing. So if you're not authentic and you have no integrity, eventually that's going to show anyways.
Yes.
Your true colors are going to come out.
Yes.
Just do it from the beginning. Don't waste your time and don't waste other
It's such a
people's
waste of time. It's honestly, I don't get it. Like, what are we doing? It's like, but I keep saying it, but it's literally a mind game. Who has that much energy? It's draining to the person doing it. It's draining overall to everybody around you. It creates this false sense of hope for anyone you meet because you're not really in it. If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. Don't lead people on. I think that's key. Stop leading people on.
Yeah.
From the things that I saw.
So there you have it.
That's it. Yeah.
The 5 toxic traits in dating.
In 2025.
In 2025. Be a good person. Be a good human. Have a little bit of integrity. Be a leader, not a follower. Surround yourself by good people. Make yourself of value around others and around yourself. And good things will just organically happen.
Yes.
They'll have good people surround themselves. They'll want to be around you. They'll want to follow things you're doing because they see all the success you're having instead of you following them for things they're doing that aren't even real or authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that people, if you want all of the goodness and abundance the world, life can give you, you need to put that out there. You can't expect good things to come to you if all you're giving off is negativity, false hope to people, ghosting people, treating men or women like crap. Like, it's just, you're going to get the same in return. People need to understand this. Because if you woke up one day and you're like, do you want people to treat you like crap? Who's going to say, yeah? No one. So you have to lead with that. That's like, to me, common sense, right? So just be genuine, be kind, spread love. And I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you liked what you saw, you want to hear more, subscribe, drop a comment, give us things that you guys want us to touch on. And remember to love, live, and laugh.
Unscripted.
Unscripted. Bye, guys.